figure out what the fuck is going on in Conversation Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
How'd you enjoy session?
I was eating awful oatmeal the whole time.
Gross.
I'm still eating it because it's
Why?
awful.
Why?
Because I gotta finish it. I'm the one that
Fair.
bought it.
Okay. Well, how'd you feel about session?
Session was weird.
Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy it at least?
I think we managed to bring out a more vulnerable side of Sandra.
Mm-hmm.
Which we don't get a lot of that. I love this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's too headstrong for her own good. She's too sentimental for her own good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's probably gonna get herself killed. She keeps thinking about leaving the party. It's like all of her various weaknesses. And I fucking hate hedge mazes.
Oh, yeah. See, the thing is, I was playing into known things about Sandra. Like, she definitely had, like, obviously the fucking village incident was horrifying for her, and so as punishment, that was able to be relived, and I knew for a fact you were going to chase after the dragon. Like, that's too tempting of an offer to turn down.
Oh, yeah.
And then once you proceeded into the forest, you fell into the Feywild, which, you know, being from the Fey, you were able to meander about the Feywild, and there were a handful of answers to the hedge maze. One of the answers was actually climbing on top of the hedge maze and making your way out. Being launched into the air via eating the fruit was an option. So that tree, there actually was someone living in the tree.
Like a gnome or some shit?
It was undecided. It was gonna be some strange, like, Feywild monstrosity, but it wasn't gonna be like a hostile monstrosity. The branch that was sticking out of the tree was actually a lever that would have opened a secret door. The fountain. I targeted Sandra's, like, I'm a wilderness explorer. I know how to get around nature and stuff. And then the hedge maze was just nonsensical. You got teleported back to the beginning like 3 times.
Oh.
Yeah, that tree that you walked past every time with the branch sticking out, that was the same tree.
Okay.
Yep. And
See, this is the thing, guys. He has the map, I don't.
oh, I don't have a map.
Hmm?
Yep.
Okay, that's confusing.
Yeah, I'm good with like, maps in my mind. I'm able to. I'm good at pathfinding, I guess, is the right way to say it. I could, like, draw out the map, if really need be. Hang on, I'm actually gonna jump to the white space. So, scribbly.
Why is Sandra being punished anyway?
Oh, because you cheated.
Was this that one time at the bar fight?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't cheat. You will suffer.
Fair enough.
So, so the big blob is the starting area in the white space.
I don't have access to that, actually.
What? Get
there it is.
Okay. So, like, this is the starting area, the blob there, and you'd walk forward, and there was a path that went, you know, side to side, and the tree was right here. The path continued this way, and there was the intersection, and from the intersection there was a part that went out like that, and this path continued to an intersection over here. I'm gonna grab a different color really quick. So the path that you traveled initially, you went from here over, up, into here, and by the time you went here, this is where you got teleported back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went this way, turned, and the fountain area was here. The fountain area, if you somehow got hurt drinking from the fountain, would be able to heal you, as well as if you... well, first of all, the quote-unquote riddle of the fountain is like the wishing well thing, where you toss in a coin and make a wish. And depending on what you wished for, you know, if it wasn't something too outrageous, you might have actually gotten it. But if you just walk over and drink from the well, all of those lights were actually will-o-wisps, and they would have shot you with lightning.
Oh, no. So what you say wish is like, I could wish for, like, a sandwich?
Oh yeah, I'd give you a sandwich.
Oh, nice.
But you only get one wish. You can't be greedy.
Oh, no. So only one sandwich.
So, from the fountain area, there were branching paths, and you had gone up to about here, and that's when you got teleported back down to the tree. Or the starting area again. And then you ended up the last time going here and going to this tree, finally. And that's when you ate you grabbed the fruit, got yelled at by the person in the tree, went over here and ate the fruit like over here, which then teleported you.
So here's a lesson to everyone at home. Hedge mazes aren't actually that fun, but ones with teleporters are worse.
Oh, absolutely. I knew that you'd try to probably do something, like the whole, if you stick to one side of a maze and follow the walls, you will eventually find the end of the maze.
I will, like, when it comes to mazes, I will normally go to the right, because my mind is thinking, oh yeah, no, right is the right way to go. Because I'm stupid.
So, what ended up happening was, because I knew, like, the answer isn't find the end of the maze. That's the trick of this place. With Sandra being proficient in wilderness survival, she's like, okay, I can probably survive within this maze, I just need to find the exit. There is no exit. You have to figure out a way to get out of the maze, which, if you pulled the branch on the tree down as a lever, it would open a secret path. And that would have probably just had like a magic item in it, like a minor magic item, and a teleportation method out, which would have teleported you to that magic sanctum. Eating the fruit projects you into the air and teleports you to the altar. And climbing out of the hedge maze, you can end up finding the quote-unquote end of the hedge maze by walking atop the walls. And the thorns were only on the side, and once you got to the top, you'd be fine. And it was like 2d4 damage. And so when you get to the other side, you find the area with the satyr.
I think I have a thing for forms, actually.
Yeah. So anyway, the satyr and fairies were just like hey, look, you're in the Feywild, here are the wacky denizens. The jar that was offered to you was a jar of alchemy. You could have traded more or less any of your magic items for the jar. He specifically wanted a magic item, so you could have traded any of them. And the alchemy jar is an uncommon magic item that it can't produce anything dangerous. The most dangerous thing it can get is boiling hot tea, but you can say the name of something, and it will fill with that something.
Okay.
Hang on. You use an action to name one liquid from the table below to cause the jug to produce the chosen liquid. Afterward, you can uncork the jug as an action to pour that liquid out, up to 2 gallons per minute. The maximum amount of liquid the jug can produce depends on the liquid you named. Once the jug starts producing a liquid, it can't produce a different one, or more than one that has reached its maximum until the next dawn. So, like, you can produce up to 4 gallons of beer, or 2 gallons of mayonnaise, 1 quart of oil. It's, more or less you can get a bunch of stuff from that. Alchemy jugs are actually really good.
Right. Also, I found it. The thorn immunity is landstride. I don't have that until next level.
But so the petrification thing with that ladder,
The Snake Eater ladder, which I need to check the copyright on that song to see if I can just...
Oh, it's probably copyrighted.
Yeah, but the non-instrumental music, just the person singing as he's climbing up the ladder.
What a thrill.
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
So the thing is, that ladder, even if you didn't reference Snake Eater, like, that was my goal of it was the Snake Eater ladder,
Yes.
and you said it, and I'm like, damn it, you called it. But yeah, that reptilian, which was a fucking snake with legs and iguana eyes because it's dumb. You could have stealthed past it. You chose not to.
I'm on a ladder.
Yes. You would have had to extinguish Taz and roll a stealth check to be quiet while sneaking past. Also, because you rolled well enough, none of the rungs broke. So
There's some good rolls today. Except
yeah.
that 4.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, the I'm very glad you didn't smash the stone arm, because like that would not have done anything good.
No,
and
like,
then you'd be missing an arm.
I kept looking at that thinking, well, if I lose that, I can't use my bow. I could probably fix this somehow. Yeah,
Yep.
I'll wake up and the shaman will be there and he's like, oh yeah, easy fix, yeah, go.
Oh no, it takes way more than a lesser restoration. No one has the ability to fix that in the general vicinity.
I would immediately be going to Wizard City.
Well, but so you were supposed to get it cured within the magic domicile, but like you're not proficient with alchemy, so you don't really know how to make it. But it was implied that the individual who ran this establishment, who owned this magic sanctum within the mountain beneath a dragon, it was like they have the cure to your ailment.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, how do you roleplay getting this from them? And you offered them none of your magic items. You could have easily traded one of them for it.
Because I really like the dagger, and Taz is my best friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you didn't offer anything of worth, and you were a bit standoffish with them. So, like, they're just like, okay, there's no reason for me to care about this person. So, good luck, have fun. You're gonna go to the Dragon's Den and die anyway, so I might as well save if I recall, the Stone Skin potion. No, Stone Skin's different. The potion of Stone to Flesh, or whatever it is. There's a specific name for it. It's an oil, but it costs like somewhere between 500 and 2,000 gold pieces. Like, it's not cheap.
God.
Yeah, that's why when you're just like 2-3 platinum, it's like, that is insulting how much you just offered. So they literally said, good luck, have fun. And when you made it to the Dragon's Den, that was when, like, I'm just like, okay, how are you going to come up with a clever solution to get down this hole? There were 3 answers that I thought of, but if you made anything creative, then I would have probably allowed it. One of your arms is disabled, so it's a bit more difficult. The waterfall, you didn't check behind the waterfall.
I forgot there was a waterfall.
Yep, there was a cascade of water going down. If you would have checked behind the waterfall, you would have found the secret entrance to the Dragon Lair.
You know, I definitely would have remembered. Check the waterfall if that was there, because
Yep.
when we started putting together the campaign, I forbidded you from making a waterfall that didn't have a tunnel behind it.
I am contractually obligated. Every waterfall has to have something behind it.
Exactly.
First waterfall of the campaign, ignored.
What was the first one?
That was the first one.
I think yeah, that's right.
So there was actually an entrance you could walk in. There was what you did of calling the dragon up, and the last one was flat jumping into the hole. There would have been a gust of wind that allowed you to land safely.
Okay.
Yeah, there was no way for you of knowing that, and it's just like if you're gonna just try and be ballsy and break your fucking legs, like, no one's gonna do that. But if you're fucking ballsy enough to, then damn, alright. But, the thing is, the dragon fucking, they go down there all the time and they want a soft landing. So, regardless, you were not able to see terribly much of the interior of the dragon's lair. So, a lot of the mystery and magic that is within, you don't know what's going on. But, yeah, they were supposed to be extremely intimidating, and if you would have tried attacking them, they would have just, like, punched the shit out of you. They don't need weapons. They are I literally, like, my image of them is an alteration of a character in Berserk where they are in fact half giant and just rippling with muscle, red hair, and kill people by punching their skull in if they're not using their weapons. But you're not supposed to fight an adult dragon. You're not dumb enough to do that. So
she's headstrong and brave, but not headstrong and brave to the point where she's going to get herself killed. Not anymore, anyway.
Yeah. So it very much was a, like, okay, what are you going to do? The fact that you solo walked into the dragon's lair with your arm turned to stone, like, that's some balls. They respected you for that, and that is why you didn't die. Like, you knew there was a dragon there. Yeah, you fucking walked right into the dragon lair. And, once again, hints at stuff happening in the background with that. But the, Boon of the Lord of Cinder, that was something I just came up with on the spot, by the way. But I'm just like, okay, how the fuck am I gonna fix Sandra's arm? And I'm like, this seems thematically appropriate. Let's do this. And he has shattered the stone on your arm and given you fiery cracks upon your flesh. You can cover it up with, cloth, and it won't, glow everywhere so no one else can see it. But
that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna have maybe wrap the scarf around it.
Yeah.
And then just use the glove for the rest. It's not on her fingertips, right?
Oh, it's going from fingertips to shoulder.
Okay. Might need a full glove.
Yeah. You're not going to be wearing fingerless gloves and not have glowing fingies. So, it's certainly something. But yeah, it was, I gave you a couple opportunities to ask some poignant questions if you had any, and a couple of times it's like, you're gonna find out in the coming days. So, But yeah, hopefully you liked that solo session.
Oh, my lord.
Initially, I was actually going to have, there's going to be a combat where you would fight some spiders, but it didn't fit the aesthetic. The combat with the spiders was if you took the path to the right. It would have gone down into a spider layer, and there would have been some spiders you would have fought, and there's a magic item down there, and a more direct route to the Dragon Slayer. But
Kinda hard to fight
the
spiders with my arm screwed up.
oh no, it was before that ladder.
Oh.
Yeah. But I'm just like, I don't have the spider tokens ready, and I don't want to draw out a map. So I'm not sure how well that combat was going to go, so I didn't risk it.
Mm.
But yeah. So that was the session.
There's gonna be an interesting conversation with the party come Thursday.
Certainly.
Walk out, be like, hey guys, I just had the #1 craziest dream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
All right. Well, if there wasn't anything else you wanted to ask.
no, that's about it. Aside from if the rest of the party is gonna get something similar.
Maybe in the days. So.
I don't know how the hell we're gonna record that.
Mm. It's an excellent question.
Well, yeah, I guess there's nothing else, so I guess we can bring this, midweek edition of Conversation Castle to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a lot to process now.
Yep.